Hello again, and welcome to the Friday Wrap for July 18th. It was a very busy week around the village, so let me get started. Now, last Friday at the Concerts on the Green, we had the sound of the Grand Avenue Big Band. That apparently was a big hit. And we also got rave reviews about the sound system and the speaker system, it performing at some of its best so far this year as well. Tonight we have the R Band. This is Motown night. They also play some rhythm and blues, and we do expect a pretty decent crowd, so you might want to get there early. On Monday, we of course had our village board meeting, and there were three main topics that were discussed. And I'll give you some of the highlights, but I also suggest that if you want more details, you have to go to our website, of course, which is www.burr-ridge.gov. The three topics were the Anthem Memory Care. They went in front of the Plan Commission to get approval for the building of an Alzheimer's facility, which then went to the board. It passed unanimously. The Anthem Memory Care is actually out of Oregon. They have several different facilities. This will be the first one in Chicago that they'll be building. It'll be a large building with a decent amount of parking as well. It'll be located right next to the Extended Stay America, between that and the IPM building, which is of course just east of the Quality Inn building. Also, there was a happy ending to the Forklift Exchange Company that came to the Plan Commission for approval of a space in the Corvette Mike's building. They wanted to have outdoor display and a wraparound parking. It was turned down. However, they worked very closely with the village, the community development director, as well as the village administrator, and some of the plan commissioners to work out a little bit better, kind of a win-win situation, where they're able to come back with a second request, which was an indoor display with parking right out front. I think the final plans were much better than the initial ones, and that also got approved. The other topic that was discussed, that was not up for vote, but it was certainly up for discussion, was a possible forced annexation of 89th Street properties just east of Madison. There's 10 properties there that I consider to be an island. They refer to it as a peninsula. That's up for future discussion, but we're going to have a separate meeting with all those residents, because really we understand nobody wants to be forced to do anything, but we want to create win-win situation there as well, and that'll be up for future discussion and future board meetings. On Tuesday we had the EDC meeting, otherwise known as the Economic Development Committee meeting, to go over what's going on in the village. We were able to get an update from one of the owners of Global Luxury Imports, which is moving along very quickly on their rebuilding the building on North County Line Road, right just north of Loyola. They hope to be moving into that property in September. It is like a football field in there, as you tell by some of these pictures. It looks great, and we expect some big things for them. They're already, as I think I mentioned once before, one of the top 10 sales tax producers for the village. But more importantly than that, they'll provide really great service, and it's a great location for them. So they gave us an update. We also went over some different ideas about how to better market one of the village's crown jewels, in my opinion, which is the Pace bus route that is located right behind Capri, behind the County Line Square. That is not nearly as popular as it can be, because I think a lot of the residents don't even know about it. They have buses that run over to the Hinsdale train station, which is perfect instead of rather than parking over there. They have buses run downtown along the shoulder, bring it right downtown, I think right into the loop, as well as some weekend excursions and some sporting excursions for the Bears games and things. We're going to try to get the word out better about that. On Wednesday, I met with the Willowbrook Burr Ridge Chamber of Commerce. They had regarding some of the final plans that I was trying to put together to arrange for the Jim Peterick's Ides of March band to play at the Cruisin' 66 car show in August. Unfortunately, they changed their mind on that with 3 weeks left, and decided not to move forward in that. Maybe do it in the next year. I guess we're gonna have to look for additional ways for them, of course, to better market and get increased attendance at the car show, and for the village to maybe help out one of our most famous residents get the word out on this historic event and accomplishment, being that it's the Ides of March 50-year anniversary. And it'd be great to have an event like that, something going on in the village to help them celebrate that. On Thursday, I went up to Schaumburg with a lot of local Downers Grove Township people to attend a special press conference by Bruce Rauner. in which he gave a lot more detail about some of his plans regarding taxes and trying to create this, trying to help the state become much more pro-business and being a state for people to come to versus leave, which we actually, I think the number that was quoted was we've lost 25,000 manufacturing jobs this year alone. So he was mapping out those plans, but also to be relatively fair and balanced, I also want to enclose a picture of myself with Sheila Simon, who I saw at a statewide Chamber of Commerce meeting recently. You know, you go to too many meetings when you're being recognized by the Lieutenant Governor. It's always great to see her. Of course, don't forget the concert tonight. We do expect a pretty good crowd, so you may want to get there early. And tomorrow morning at the Gower Middle School, there's a special event going on called the Recycle Fair. That's being arranged and hosted by two of our state legislators, State Senator Christine Radogno and Jim Durkin, our state representative, who also offices in Burr Ridge. On a personal note, some of you may have noticed I had a bandage on my right side of my neck for about a week or two. I had another bout with some skin cancer, but luckily the guy did I think a really remarkable job in sewing that up, and I had my stitches removed this weekend that as well. And on another note, this past weekend I was able to go see my niece. For the first time, she came through town, Taylor Coble, along with a couple of her friends. My daughter and I went downtown to see them, which is great. She brought along a college friend with her, as well as a special friend of hers that is actually the weather girl or meteorologist in Philadelphia. Her name is Sheena Parveen, and they spent the weekend here, which is kind of neat to have them in town. So, once again, thank you very much for joining me. Hope you have a great week. That's a wrap.